Hey everybody, Invisiblekatana here with my review for the Lord Death jacket from Anime Gear Guru. As you can see behind me, I already opened up my Death the Kid jacket. I also did a review on that, so if you guys want to check that out, if I remember, I'll put the card up here. If not, it'll be the like the little end title card as well, if you guys want to watch that after. But there's the jacket right there. It's absolutely amazing, just short form, but if you want to check out some of the details of it and all that, definitely check out the review. This review, however, is going to be for Lord Death himself. These were the two jackets that I was really excited to get for a multitude of reasons. For one, they kind of match. That was one thing that actually made me want the jackets even more. So I was like, not just, character-wise, it's like, father and son, but color-wise, it was the very simple aesthetic of, black and white. And I'm a sucker for just classic black and white. This one is just to kick things off with a couple of straight up differences. So with the last one, well, specifically for kids jacket, it's all button based. So that's a completely, top to bottom, it's just buttons. Obviously right here, we kick things off, you can see it. Great reflection, just straight down the center. A nice big silver zipper. We also have the symbol for Lord Death. Love that right there. Once again, the Crunchyroll thing. I mentioned this in my last review. I don't know why the Crunchyroll thing is here, because I don't know if they teamed up with them, but it's like, I don't know. I just have no idea why they're involved, but I don't know. I just don't understand that. But I guess that's where it's shown, because I do have a Steven Universe jacket, and I think Cartoon Network is on there, but that's a little different. Like, that premiered on there. Like, Crunchyroll just shows Soul Eater, like they didn't make it. So I'm still confused by that. I would love to know if anybody has any thoughts on that. On the inside, we got nothing. It's pretty simple, standard, just black. We got the straps here to hold the jacket, which, once again, something else I mentioned in my last review. These are much bigger than they used to be for the last jackets I had, which was before they went official. So these are much bigger. I don't like them as much. I feel like if your jacket does fall back, it's a little harder to, you kind of have to move to get it. And I feel like it just never would have fallen off with the older ones that I have, because the straps, instead of being this long, they were probably like about there, I'd say. So it was a much tighter grip, where it's like, it's right on your shoulders. Like you did kind of have to work a little bit more to get your arm like in there compared to these, because there's so much extra space. But I prefer that security, because it's like, it's not that hard, to get your arm in there. So the extra space for me is more of a drawback. In rare occasion that you'll wear it and it, it might like slink off your shoulders anyway. But odds are that won't really happen too often. It's just that it's one of those things where, I'm sure they went through testing and stuff. Maybe it's just easier to get off, because like I said, the jacket's probably not going to fall off anyway. So it might not be much of a situation you really even have to deal with. But before I actually throw this bad boy on, we're going to just go back around the whole thing and go with all the extra little images we got. And of course, the little tease right there. We'll get to that in a second. So of course, classic peace sign for Lord Death. And then we have the actual Soul Eater logo here. And then we got all the crosses and stuff going all the way across the front and on the arms. And we also have Lord Death again on the shoulder piece. That's actually, I actually like how that feels. That's pretty cool. Okay, that's interesting. And then on the back, angry face. Very well stitched, of course. Love that. That's very cool. So between these two jackets, it was like the big thing when I was first getting on. I was like, all right, they kind of match. They got like the images, you got Lord Death up here. If you haven't seen that jacket, you'll see it in the review. You see the stuff that they got, the little differences here and there. I love all the crosses like representing his room. I thought that was such a cool idea. And plus, as you can see, obviously it's full circle. So it's all the way around, not just your waist, but as well as the actual sleeves. It's all the way around. I thought that was a fantastic touch. I was like, that's actually really, really cool. And it was part of what made me think, like, man, do I like this one more or do I like that one more? Because I was like, I love the fact that it's like almost like a wraparound design. So I thought that was super cool. And then in the front here, let's see how deep these go. That's not bad. I got freaky monster hands, so my hands like kind of open and mostly inside this pocket. That's a good size pocket. I assume it'll be the same on the other side, but just in case, we'll check it anyway. Yeah, same thing as expected. So 2 zippers on the outside. I don't know if we actually have any on the inside, so let's double check real quick. I might actually have to open it. It's so wrapped in black, you can't see anything. You have to actually open it. Yep, we got some on the inside. So we also have just a flat open pocket, which we might have 2 of those. Yep. So you got 2 open pockets and then 2 zipper pockets on the inside. So you got 6 pockets in total. which I think is 2 more than that one, because I think that had 2 zippers, unless I missed it, because once again, jet black on the inside. It's possible that I missed it, so let's double check. I did. So you have 6 pockets on both of these jackets. Definitely missed that when I actually looked in there. I could not see that. All I saw was the zipper. I missed that little open one. So 6 pockets, that's definitely a lot of space for you to put whatever you need to as far as your anime trinkets on the move, your little snacks, all that good stuff. But love the jacket. Okay, man, nothing messed up. We're good. It's just a little bit of cotton. So definitely love the jacket. Couple of things that I do want to talk about with this jacket that I'm not 100% on though. And this was before, when I even bought the jacket, I was like, these are the things where I was like kind of so-so on, like barely bother me at all. One was actually having Lord Death on the side of the jacket. I actually would have preferred if it was just straight black, but admittedly, seeing it in person, it doesn't bother me nearly as much. I kind of like the patch a little bit, which admittedly shocks me because just looking at it visually, I was like, man, it just seems off. It seems like extra that you don't really need. And I was curious how I would feel about the angry face on the back, because I actually thought it would have been really cool if the angry face was here and then the peace sign was on the back. I think I would have liked that. But seeing it now, as far as like, this is like the outline of it, which obviously it would just be inverse, where it would be fully like the big white hand, and then I guess the face would be inverse. I don't know. It looks great. So I don't have an issue with it. Just the patch was something I thought was a little bit extra. And I wasn't 100%, and I'm still not 100% on the logo being here. That's like the big thing. I would love to know what you guys think about that, because that was my number one. Like, as much as I was like, I kind of wish the patch wasn't there, because I would like it to just be like, kind of just straight, simple design. I kind of wish it was slightly more simplistic, kind of like that one is a bit more minimalist, and just just take the patch off where it's just just a classic sleeve, and take the logo off, simply due to the fact that it kind of stands out in the weirdest way to me, where I'm like, I feel like it doesn't need the logo, and it would actually look a little bit better to just have the plain design, because it's like just that little bit of yellow, for me at least, slightly throws it off, where it's just like it didn't really need the Soul Eater logo on it. It would have been cooler if it was just plain. Like, even if it was uneven as far as patches and stuff, like that's no big deal, and it was just the peace sign, that'd be totally fine. I actually would have liked if it was just straight down and it doesn't straight up just say Soul Eater on it. And I think my main reason for that is the fact that it just throws in an extra little pop of color, where it's like, it just doesn't really feel like it fits, but it doesn't really kill it for me. It's just something I wanted to mention, because I knew that even when I bought the jacket, I was like, that's the thing that I kind of wish was changed. That is like slightly like crushing my hand. So you might have a little bit of trouble getting your hand through there unless you pop the button off to give yourself a little bit of extra space. But as far as the feel of the jacket, fantastic. Just like the kid jacket, it's a bit thinner, so you'll get a bit more use out of this as far as temperature wise, more of a year-round use versus being like, I can't possibly wear this even if it's slightly warm. You could wear this as long as you're wearing something a bit lighter. I think you'll be fine wearing this in slightly warmer. I wouldn't be walking around in like 72 degree weather in a denim jacket, but people do that all the time. I don't know if I would, because it's lined in the center. I think if it's pure denim on both sides, it's a little bit different, but with this actually having lining in the middle, it'll trap in a bit more heat than just like straight denim where it breathes a little more. So not 100% like, I'm gonna go out, it's 80 degrees, like you'll look like an idiot. You'll look sweet, but you'll look like an idiot, like you're wearing a full denim jacket at like 80 degrees. It'll be a sweet looking jacket though, because it's definitely a cool looking jacket. I definitely love the stitching all the way around, like the crosses and stuff. Also, just for length, this is a large, so just arm length and all that stuff going forward, things like that. Definitely has a nice fit to it. I actually really like the silver the zipper. I don't know why. I guess it just stands out a lot. I feel like I don't see a lot of incredibly shiny like zippers, so for me that actually stands out like just a little bit in a really good way. Yeah, see, that looks nice, and I definitely like this. Like, that just looks cool. I think that looks really good. That's that patch there, and then of course just the angry face. That That's the thing I'm curious about, because it'll be like, oh, what is this angry demonic face? I'm gonna have to hear that. And you probably will too. If you're watching, you probably already know. It's like, you just like, dang. Oh, and another reason where I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to hear it, because it's like an angry, big F and angry face. I'm gonna have to hear it in some way, shape, or form. But that's life, right? And, that's anime life. Every once in a while, somebody sees something that's like, what is that? Anime life. But it's a sweet jacket. I definitely love it. Highly recommend it if you haven't picked it up. We'll see what happens going forward. I don't know if they're gonna do any more Soul Eater stuff. I spent a bunch of time talking about that in my last video, so I won't, kind of harp on it again in this one. But it'll be nice if we can get some Black Star, because he's my favorite character. I do feel like Maka and possibly Stein are the two easy contenders, because Maka actually has a straight up jacket, and so does Stein, and his even has more of a design to it with the stitches and stuff inside of it. So they might do that. They might just be moving on. I know we got like the hat coming out, the crossbody bag is out, and you can use the mask on that as an actual wearable death mask. So that's kind of cool. But for now, I'm good with these two jackets. I think they're both absolutely amazing, and I'm happy with these. Definitely cool. And now I'm looking at it, I kind of like it. I'm seeing it and I'm like, I like the Soul Eater logo. It's very simple. I'm like, it's already growing on me. So that I definitely like. And I'm really not hating the patch. I'll be honest. Like the little thing, like when I see it all together, I'm like, that looks like a bit much, but I'm not going to be looking at myself in my jacket like, look at that. It's like, it's a logo and a big peace sign and a patch right here. I'm not going to be looking at it in that way. So I think that comes from, when you're like examining it and you see like every single detail at one time, it stands out a lot more compared to like when I'm looking at it now, especially when I have it open. It doesn't hurt that I'm wearing the Soul Eater jacket, so it has extra colors in the middle to kind of make it all blend. But when I look at it like open and it's like, okay, like one side is the Soul Eater actual logo and the other side's just kind of the black and white, I don't hate it as much. I actually think it's all right, but it's a good jacket for sure. Definitely, like I said, it feels good, looks good. 1 billion pockets, some of which can't be seen in the darkness of the night if you're like just in the shadows. So do what you will with that one. But I definitely like this one. I think it's really cool. We'll have to see going forward if we get more merch, like I said, as far as actual Soul Eater collaboration stuff. But I hope we do. Obviously, for me personally, I probably wouldn't get anything unless it was specifically Black Star, or it would have to be something else just like really, really crazy. Like one thing I will say is I was kind of shocked with the jackets. They did Soul's jacket, but they easily could have done Kid's jacket as well. Like they could have just done his jacket kind of in denim form. It wouldn't be like a form-fitting suit jacket, but it would have just been a jacket. Like, I was actually really shocked that they kind of just went with like more interpretations and they just straight up did Soul's jacket. But I was like, man, like Kid's jacket looks really cool too. Obviously, the symmetry and all that stuff. So I was surprised that they kind of went their own route with that when they had like both characters actually have specific jackets they could have made. It would have been a slightly different, of course, for Kid, because it would just be his jacket in denim form versus like the form-fitting suit. But still, it would have been the same thing. It would have just been his jacket. So maybe they were like, it might look not as well, like, since it's not form-fitting, the stripes would be different, sizes and all that stuff. So what they went with, I think, was amazing. But I was surprised by that when I first saw it. I was like, I'm surprised they did, Soul's jacket, but they're doing like 2 jackets for Kid, neither of which are just Kid's jacket. So I was shocked by that one. But I think what they did so far is pretty good. I'll be checking out some other people's stuff to look into reviews for Soul's jacket, as well as the varsity jacket that they have for Kid. But love this one, love that one. You can check out the review for that, of course. But we'll love to know your comments on this, what you guys think of the jacket. If you have any questions, I probably should have said that in the last review as well. But if there's anything I didn't mention, aside from missing those extra 2 pockets on that one, definitely let me know. If there's anything you guys are curious about lengthwise or anything, I guess just to show it with the jacket open, get a nice better look at it. This one I will say feels like it's a little bit shorter. Like I do feel like that as far as like my hands and stuff. I feel like it's a little bit shorter at the sleeves, but it comes up to right here. Like when my hands are down, it's fine. It just does have like a slightly tight feel, but also it's a denim jacket. So, like just the stretch and like the fit of a denim jacket, it just feels a little bit tight. But also, I'm not going to be doing this. Like this is just one of those things you do when you're, I'm just showing it off to you guys. This is what it looks like with my freakishly giant hands and my long arms. So, that's just showing it off type stuff. I'm not going to be doing that in general. Put my arms out to the side, perfectly fine. I'm not going to be, doing that. So, stuff like that won't be happening very often. But, oh no, I think it's a great jacket. So if there's anything that I skipped over or missed or anything like that, any questions you guys have, Like if you're watching this in a week or something, like, what do you think a week later? Just let me know. Any questions you guys have, I will gladly answer if I can help in any way, shape, or form. That's pretty much it. So we'd love to know your thoughts on it. If you got the jacket, what you guys think? If you got the other jackets, what you guys think of those? Any of the older jackets, if you got any of the stuff from Anime Gear Guru, definitely let people know. I feel like we're still in the beginning of this company, like really growing. Like I know they did collaborations and stuff before, but they also had to take all that stuff down once they went official. So like all the old images they had of working with other people, I won't even reference who they work with because I hate like saying like this is what they did when they were unlicensed. I try not to do that, but I did a bunch in that last one talking about the other jackets. But they had to take a lot of all that stuff down when they were unlicensed, and so now it's kind of like starting over officially. It's in that early kind of how Crunchyroll was in those early phases. Like it started off how it started, and now it's the big official thing. So we're definitely in the beginning of the Anime Gear Guru element of being as like a part of this community. I can tell that for 100%. Like it's very obvious. You're gonna start seeing maybe. I don't know, maybe not by the end of this year, but early, at least the first half of next year, I think it's going to be that thing where it's like, oh, I used to buy from that company, and you're going to be seeing all the sponsorship videos and like YouTube, all the YouTubers you watch. It's going to be a thing. 100%. That is where this company is headed. Because now that they're official, I'm like, yep, that's the trajectory. Like they were already popular. That's why they became official. And now we're in that beginning thing. And I'm telling you, this time next year, if they aren't in like a bunch of YouTube videos you watch, they'll be in enough where you're like, oh yeah, Anime Gear Guru. You'll start to see it a whole lot more, 100%. So that is definitely the trajectory, and I'm not mad at it because I love these jackets. I think they do a great job. I'm excited to see where we're headed going forward. Maybe we'll get some. Man, I don't even know. All I can think is because it's Soul Eater. All I'd be thinking is Fire Force at this point. That's the only thing I'm like. Maybe they'll do that. Maybe they'll go back to Naruto. That would be sick. But we'd love to know what you guys would like to see. And like I said, any thoughts you guys have, anything I missed, any random questions you guys might have as far as this jacket or that one as well. If you don't want to bother watching that review and you just have questions on that one, I will answer them here as well. But I'd appreciate it if you check that one out. I would greatly appreciate it. But either way, please put your comments down in the comment section below. And of course, thanks for watching.